going to do this anyway. And it's a song that I wrote when we were still at Bakewise. And I wrote it while working line 2, running bagels, obviously, with the easy stuff because I had time to write a song. And when I wrote it, I knew that I wanted to sing it to him on our wedding day. And I had hoped I'd learned guitar by now, and I haven't. But I'm going to sing it anyway. So, I'm sorry if you can't hear me. If love was an ocean, well, I'd surely drown. Spend the rest of my days getting lost in the sound of your voice. If time is a river, well, it's flowing all wrong. I curse at the wind for pushing the current along. Oh, time never goes away. I'm wrong on it too. If you were a fisherman, I'd be the fish you catch. That's a price I'm willing to pay for your happiness. If our love was a diamond, we would shine the brightest. I know this to make me feel alive, and that's a way I haven't felt in my whole life. You are the spark to ignite the light in my heart. You are the song to awaken me from the nightmare I was living. You are the umbrella that covers me from the rain. My only wish is I can be everything that you need. If my heart was a song, it would only sing your name, play a new note for every letter I wanted to say. If our love was a Disney film, I think it's safe to assume that I have finally found, I finally found my happily ever after. That's it. All right, so now we're going to have our first.
Mercedes and I became Mercedes' dad at the age of 5. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And sometimes I feel like, even now to this day, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But it really does fit Mercedes and I, because I learned so much, and she had learned so much about who I was. And there was a question at first. She didn't know what to call me. And Mercedes asked Mom, Cindy asked, well, what do you want to call Roderick? And she said, I'd like to call him Daddy. And it just made me feel really good, because we both fixed each other in a lot of different ways. And I'm just really proud to be this kid's dad. I mean, with all my heart. And you grew up to be a great person. You picked a phenomenal husband. Dan and Connie, thank you. You guys, kudos to you. I mean, you hope that your daughter finds someone that is not a scumbag, loser, is freak, and he's none of that. Kyle, I love you. Thank you so much for being my new son. Thank you so much. And with you, I couldn't be happier to hand my daughter over to you. Thank you so much for being a part of my life and a new part of my family. Okay?
Alrighty, so I can sum up. So, my name's Quentin, and I'm just going to reintroduce myself because it's a really big house.
Speak up.
So my name's Quentin. I'm going to reintroduce myself because it's a really big house, and I feel like maybe I lost some people in the cracks, like when I was being introduced around and stuff. So Kyle is giving me the honor of being his best man, and thank you for that. I'm a little bit upset that Haley also couldn't make it, but that's okay. I also want to thank everyone for all of the hard work we did today. Like, literally everybody pitched in, and there wasn't like really a strong set plan, but we still made it run really smoothly anyways, and like everyone contributed to that. Like, if I did like a list of thank yous, I'd have to like just go around the circle. So thank everybody. The photographer and videographer have been doing an amazing job, so thank you guys. I think a lot of best man speeches kind of like berate the groom a little bit, and I don't want to do that because that's not really what our relationship has been. But Kyle's like literally my brother. Like, I have friends at home, like best friend group at home that Kyle's not really part of, and I have like a best friends at school, but Kyle's like actually like my best friend. So giving him up to Mercedes was kind of tough for me, but I've gotten over it. And you looked so stunning today, Mercedes. Like, just both dresses, and like I love the little like umbrella thing we got going on. It was wonderful. And, like, just tears all night, right? So, but I guess going back a little bit, I had like one story I wanted to share about Kyle, and it's from our swimming days. So we had this tradition called the snow run, and I'm just going to assume that you guys don't know what it is, but it's basically halfway through one of our practices in like December or January or whenever. We got out of the pool and we walked outside and ran across some soccer fields, like in our bathing suits, still dripping wet, like no shoes, nothing, just like across the snow, right? So I think it was your senior year, the whole team was like fighting a cold, so they kind of tried to condense it into like hopping outside, posing for a photo, and then like coming back inside. So they kind of like cut it down, right? So we get up to the door and we're all standing there, and like we're waiting for the first person to go because it's really chilly. And all of a sudden Kyle just goes sprinting all the way across the field, like in an attempt to preserve tradition. Like he went for the full run. So what I learned about Kyle that day is, Mercedes, you pick the guy who always go the extra mile for you. And we also saw earlier today, Kyle doesn't suffer from cold feet. But no, seriously, you're my best friend. I love you. You're my brother. Your parents are my second parents. Mercedes, I love you. You're my sister now. And I'm so excited for that. And so if everyone can raise their glasses with me, it's not about pursuing happiness anymore. It's about perpetuating it. Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Hey.
Nice job.
And you get up.
Yes, I'm like, come here.
God. Alrighty, so pretty sure a lot of you know me, and if you don't, you're going to want to get to know me because Mercedes picked me for a reason. He already said the thank yous, but I'd like to say again, thank you everyone. A lot of us were really tired at the end of the day, and we forced the boys to do the rest of the work while all the girls kind of just lazed around while they had to laze around all morning. I'm gonna ad-lib it a little because there's a lot of things that I kind of been adding here and there, but I did actually take a lot of time thinking about what to say for this because everything I thought of, either it wasn't good enough or I felt like it was too long, and I just couldn't very well sum up like the friendship that I have with this girl. She is by all definitions a hero, and I will say that plain and true. She has saved quite a few of us in this room, I think, and there's no way I can not say that. I mean, when I first met her, I started getting into a really bad place. I got really depressed, and she was always the one who picked me up and was like, no, you can't be here. Get over here with me, and let's do some crazy shit. So it was love at first sight when I met her, and it was that kind of love of a best friend where it's obviously not the romantic love, but it's that love where it's like, you're the kind of friend that I want next to me when I die. You're the kind of friend I want next to me if if I am dying in the hospital, you're the kind of friend I want there for everything. And I think that's probably why she chose me as her maid of honor, because we have been there next to each other for a few good, significant moments. So, where am I? All right, so me and her, when we were, I was in 9th grade, she was graduated, me and her made this promise to each other that if we did not find someone to marry, we were going to marry each other. And we always thought of marriage as it's someone who loves you more than yourself, and every single morning you wake up, they look at you and they tell you, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and they do not let you sit there and think bad about yourself. They make sure that you know that you are absolutely amazing. And me and her had it all planned out. We were having a big Pokemon wedding, and we were going to have a big house with 2 bedrooms on opposite sides of the house, so that way we could have boyfriends over. Well, obviously we were married to each other, so it would be boyfriends. And then we would have a giant living room where we would have sleepovers every single night that the boyfriends weren't there. And it was kind of like, if the boyfriends were there, they weren't allowed to hang out with the wife. The wife was the wife. It was our wife. No one else could have the wife. And I'm actually really glad that I lost her to Kyle. I mean, I couldn't imagine a better person to be with her, and I have heard so many stories about Kyle that are not from her, actually. They were from stage crew, and they were some pretty crazy stories, and that's why I was like, yeah, he's crazy enough for her. I think he can handle her. And when Mercedes did bring Kyle around, it wasn't just like, oh, it's Mercedes' boyfriend. Oh, look, this is the guy that Mercedes is dating. No, it was like Kyle came in and it was like, this is Kyle, everybody. Kyle is our new friend. Kyle is here. Kyle is part of the group. He was Kyle. There was no way of wiggling around and saying, this is Mercedes' thing. He was his own person in our friend group. He became one of the best friends. And I really couldn't imagine it any other way. And so to finish off, I would like to say to both of you, I love you. And to you, Kyle, congrats on being able to handle her craziness. Mercedes, don't go easy on her. Don't. Just don't. If you can handle it, you can handle it. So to that,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice job.
I believe I was thinking many times during the last couple of days how challenging it is to pull a group of people, maybe the friends know each other, but the individual families know each other, and this whole deal requires a tremendous amount of cooperation. And I can't think of any 2 better sets of parents. I mean, they're just so easy to get along with, hardworking, and I want to thank you and all the other people that worked together to make this happen. Very nice.